Matt, good to see you. Today we have the top financial planning misses for people in their 30s and 40s. So we're going to break down our top 5 key areas that most people who are younger miss when it comes to financial planning and building wealth. First, you say these investors need to make sure they have a robust emergency fund.
Nothing will destroy your future as a young person like a lot of debt. It'll
hmm
take a long time to pay off that debt, and then you're not investing until you're in your 50s. So the most important thing financially when you're young is create a good emergency savings account so you're not using credit cards.
Right. Don't want that high interest debt. Good point. Next, they need to protect their wealth and future earning potential. That means life insurance.
That's correct. Life insurance is fairly affordable depending on the type that you get. We normally recommend starting with term. And when I say term, I mean you can do 10, 20, 30. I normally encourage you to get the longest amount that you can afford. So get a 30-year term if you're younger, and that way you don't have to worry about reapplying, 20 years down the road.
hmm
You get a lot of
Also,
leverage with life insurance. You got to do it.
yes, yeah, it is important. Next, you say take advantage of your lower earning years and today's historically low tax rate. And that means opening and investing in a Roth account.
Yes, the idea is, do you want to pay tax on the seed or do you want to pay tax on the harvest? So, and if interest rates are the same today, if tax rates are the same today as they are tomorrow when you retire, or 10 years when you retire, then it doesn't make a difference if you put it in the IRA or if you did it in the Roth, because the tax rate was the same today as it would be in your future. The reality is tax rates are going to change all the time, and
Right.
most likely they're going to be higher. Looking
Yep.
at this chart, we can see historically the highest marginal tax rate for high income earners was in the 90%, 94% right
Unbelievable.
at the end of World
Yeah.
War II. That's just federal tax. If you have a state tax on top of that, boy, there was a period of time in the USA where if you lived in California, you could hit the 100% tax rate. And Ronald Reagan was famous for only doing 2 movies back in the day because he'd be at 100%. And it's interesting when you look at that chart, who's the president that lowered those taxes? Of course, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah.
These investors, you say, also need to have some savings in a brokerage account. Why is that?
Yes. So the beauty of the brokerage account, when we say brokerage account, you could call it a non-qualified account. If it's just me, it's an individual non-qualified account. If it's me, my spouse, it's a joint account. Think of it tax-wise like your bank account. So short-term dividends, less than 12 months, are taxed like my income tax rate. But anything over 12 months is long-term capital gains. Long-term capital gains for most people is 15%. Now, 15% is lower than that 20. You're probably in your 20% tax range right now, not counting state. You're probably in a 22, 24% tax rate. Throw on your 10% for the state. I'll take the 15. I'm going to take that 15% all day long. And the beauty of it is I could put 100 grand in today, take 100 grand out tomorrow. The government's not going to slap my hands at all. I have a lot more
Mhm.
freedom on when I take that out. And there's no RMDs. The government's never going to come to me and say, Matt, you have to take money out because we want some tax money. I can
Right,
leave it in there, do whatever I want with it whenever I want to.
right. A lot of flexibility. And last, you suggest they consider opening a 529 or a UGMA if they have children.
Yes, uniform gift to minors. And I actually have one of these for my son. And it's basically just because he's a minor, he can't go to the bank and open his bank account at 3. So I opened up a UGMA account for him. And in that account, we can put whatever investment we want. Some people use a UTMA. I use a UGMA. It's basically the same type of concept to where when he reaches age of majority in Washington State, which is age 21, then it becomes his account. He can do whatever he wants with it. We can use it for college. We can use it for a car. Really, I want to use it for his retirement down the road. Because
Mm,
again, tax rates will change by then. But
mhm.
right now, he doesn't have W-2 income, so he can't do a Roth. But UGMA account is great. 15%
Yeah.
tax on that in the future. I'll take that.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of flexibility again with that versus the 529 as well. Matt,
Yeah.
clearly some thoughtful considerations here. If somebody would like to talk to you about setting themselves up for financial success and generational wealth, how can they reach you?
The best way is by phone, 425-256-3105. And whoever answers the phone can schedule an appointment so we can give you all the time that you need.
Great, Matt, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.